day by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra around his or her beads, he is surely the greatest meditator and the greatest yogi, as substantiated by chapter 6 of Bhagavad. So, in chapter 6, and then chapter 9, now chapter 6, it says, Yogina, Sarvi, Samadhi, Shadamava, Devam, Sami, Vidamata. Krishna tells Arjuna, all the yogis, the bhakti yogis, is the greatest. The bhakti yogis always meditating on me, offering service to me, and expressing loving sentiments to me. Therefore, the bhakti yogi is the greatest. So what is yoga meaning? It is connected to God. And the most pleasant way to connect to God is by offering bhakti, or service to the Lord, with love and devotion. It's like we have a jar of service every day in the world. Our cooks are offering service every day to the Lord. The Lord make offerings 6-7 times a day. We change the clothes every day. We offer garlands. Very dedicated ladies that come and make the garlands, the fresh flowers. And there's so many things, so many services that are rendered provided Krishna. And we also encourage people who may not be able to come every day to the temple to also have deity in their house and offer every day food. Do the same thing that we do in the temple. Learn how to do it in the temple, and then you do it in your house. The city of Vrindavan, south of Delhi, there are 5,000 temples in a small town, because almost every house in the town is a temple. So we could do that in Smash, instead of having one temple in Smash. We could have hundreds of temples in Smash. There's 60,000 people living in this town. There must be, therefore, at least 10, 15, 20,000 homes. And we could have deities in every home. This could be like $100. Instead of 5,000 temples, it could be 20,000 temples. It's Smash. Those are goals that we can work toward. Why not? To make the Krishna consciousness is the process of transforming the material energy back to spiritual energy. It's explained in the 4th chapter of Harivila, in verse number 24, where Srila Prabhupada explains and purported that verse. The purport of Prabhupada says, the Lord is spiritual, and the rays of his transcendental body are called Brahmajyoti, his spiritual effulgence. Everything that exists is situated in a Brahmajyoti, or spiritual effulgence, coming from the body of Krishna. It's covered by illusion, or Maya, or sense gratification. It's called material. This material veil can be removed at once by Krishna consciousness. Thus, the offering for the sake of Krishna consciousness, the consuming agent of such an offering or contribution, the process of consumption, the contributor, and the result are all combined together in Brahman with the absolute truth. The absolute truth covered by Maya is called matter. Matter, dovetail, or used for the cause of the absolute truth, regains its spiritual quality. Krishna consciousness is the process of converting the illusory consciousness into Brahman, or the Supreme. When the mind is fully absorbed in Krishna consciousness, it is said to be in samadhi, or trance. Anything done in such a transcendental consciousness is called jhana, or sacrifice for the absolute. So, this is what Krishna consciousness is. It's the process of transforming material energy back to spiritual energy. And how do you do that? By learning how to use it in the service of Krishna. So, when you go to the supermarket, and you buy some vegetables, you buy some rice, you buy some beans, you buy some milk and butter and fruits and nuts, and you bring it home, those things are material. all of a sudden that material thing becomes spiritual. And when you eat that prasad with devotion and affection for Krishna, by the performance of the yajna, one's evils become sanctified, and by eating sanctified foodstuff, one's very existence becomes purified. By purification of existence, finer tissues in the memory become sanctified, and when memory prasad, it will purify your whole existence, and it will improve your mental acuity, the ability to focus your mind, and it will clean junk ideas from your mind and replace them with ideas of affection and service for Krishna. And therefore, you become enlightened simply by eating prasad. Your whole body becomes transformed from a material body to a spiritual body by eating prasad. This is the only religion by which becoming nasty and mean and materialistic and greedy and lusty, they would all become pure devotees by eating Mahaprasad, you see. So we don't realize how easy it is to be Krishna conscious and transform our life from misery to happiness, from constant trouble to peace, and from lust to love. It's not difficult. It's actually very easy. And it all begins with your diet, which will make you healthy, happy, and Krishna conscious. And it continues like the tongue. The tongue has two functions. It vibrates and it tastes. So if it tastes prasadam and vibrates the holy name of Krishna, now your tongue is Krishna conscious. The tongue is what gets us in trouble. Sometimes people say the wrong thing too easily. They get into trouble. Sometimes people eat the wrong thing and they get indigestion. Right? But if you eat only prasad, then all the nasty thoughts in your mind will go away. You'll become healthy. No more BP, no more this, no more that. And you'll be happy because you're not step by step destroying yourself, but step by step you're coming closer and closer to Krishna. That's how easy it is, simply by eating. But there's an art to eating, just like there's the art of singing, there's the art of dancing, there's also the art of eating. One should eat only Mahaprasad offered to the deity of Krishna, and he offers it back when you're sincere in your offering. He offers it back as his prasad or mercy. And that prasadam has a miraculous effect on you psychologically and physically. And I've seen this myself. I used to serve prasadam every day in a place called People's Park in Berkeley, California. People's Park was a place where some of the lowest people in the world live. They're homeless, they're drug addicts, they're criminals. It's a horrible place. I used to go there every day and feed them fresh Mahaprasadam from the temple. And there was one boy there who never accepted the food, and he was always very dirty. He never bathed. He was always drugged. So there was no way I could give him anything. He would never stand in line. He never would get up. He would always be laying down and puking and in a bad state. But I would always leave one plate
there. And in the beginning, the plate was still there when I go back the next day. But then all of a sudden it started to disappear. And then one day I saw that very, very fallen person waiting in line to get prasadam. I was very surprised. And then every day he came and he took prasadam. At the beginning he could hardly talk. He was so drugged up and sick, actually. He could hardly talk. But little by little he became better and he started talking. And one day he said, after he ate prasad, he said, "I want to speak you." I said, "Okay. What is it?" "I want to live in your temple." I said, "No, you can't." "Why not?" I said, "You're not ready." "Well, how can I get ready?" I said, "You have to, first of all, take a bath every day." "Well, where do I take baths?" So I gave him an address. There was a free bath in Berkeley, California, and anyone could go there. And I said, "You have to have clean clothes on." "How do I get clean clothes?" I said, I gave him another address where he could get a free washing machine and dryer to clean his clothes. So then he started coming. He was clean, had clean clothes on, and was taking a bath. He said, "Now I want to live in your temple." I said, "No, you're not ready." "Why not?" I said, "You have to get a haircut, you have to cut your fingernails and your toenails." "So how do I do that?" I said, "Once you figure that one out." You know. So anyway, he started doing that. So then he said, "Okay, I cut my fingernail, I cut my hair, I brush my teeth, and I got clean clothes, I take baths every day. I want to live in your temple." I said, "You're not ready." He said, "Why not?" I said, You can't live in the temple, but you come to the temple every day, and you can wash the dishes." He said, "Okay, I do that." So he started doing that. Now he was clean, he was coming to the temple, he was washing the dishes. So then after about a month he said, "Okay, now you live in the temple." I said, "No, you're not ready." He said, "Why not?" I said, "Because you have to listen to everything I say." So, "Okay, I do everything you say." I said, No, there's other things you have to do." "Like what?" I said, "You have to start chanting Hare Krishna." So how do you do that? I said, "Like this." I gave him some beat. I said, "Now repeat after me. Hare Krishna." I said, "Hare Krishna, say it. Hare." I said, "See, you can't even say Hare Krishna because you committed too much sin." So, "Well, what can I do?" I said, "You just keep coming to the temple and washing the dishes, and keep practicing. Try to say Hare Krishna." He couldn't even say Hare Krishna. But after about a week, he was able to say it, and he started to chant. He said, "Okay, I chant now. I say Hare Krishna. I want to live in the temple." I said, "You're not ready." "Come on, man! You're the meanest guy I ever met in my life. So how can I live in your temple?" I said, "You have to chant 16 rounds a day." He said, "Okay, I try." So he started chanting 16 rounds after a couple of weeks. So then he asked me, "Okay, now, am I ready to live in the temple?" I said, "Yeah, you can now. But," I said, "the first time you don't do what I tell you, I'm going to kick you out." So, okay. I said, you really mean." I said, "No, I'm not mean. I'm being kind." So he started to live in the temple. He had to wake up early every morning, 4 o'clock. He had to come to take a bath, put on clean clothes. He had to come to Mangal Arati. He would work most of the day in the kitchen, and he would go out with me to serve the food, the prasadam, to the people in People's Park. And 1 year later, after being very strict, he completely changed. Let's put it like that. Then one day he came and he said, "Hey, Prabhu," he said, "I want to go see the real Krishna in Vrindavan." I said, "You're not ready." So what I got to do? I said, "Now, every day, after you clean the kitchen, you can go out for 2 hours and distribute Prabhupada's books. And you give me all the money. You can't keep the money. You give me all the money, and I'll save some of it for your trip to India." He said, "Man, you make my life really hard." I said, no, I'm being kind to you. He said, you say kind, I say mean. I said, no, you just listen to what I say. So he did it. 1 year later, he had enough money to fly to India. And he got his passport, he flew to India, and he's still in Vrindavan today. This is like 30 years later. In Vrindavan, he learned Sanskrit. And you can meet him. He's in Vrindavan. He goes out every day in Vrindavan and distributes Prabhupada's books. And he learned Sanskrit. You see, that was a miracle. But it happened because he was eating prasadam every day. See, it transformed completely. I saw it with my own eyes. In fact, I had difficulty believing that he did it. If you had ever seen him when I first saw him, you'd say, it's impossible that this person can become a devotee. He was so fallen, but he actually made it. So we don't realize the power of prasadam. We don't realize the power of the holy name of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. If you want to be peaceful, if you want to be happy, if you want to actually develop, affectionate, kind relationships, if you want to become free of your previous karma, if you want to go back to Godhead at the end of this life, take up this eating prasadam with love and devotion, or first of all making it for Krishna, and then offering it to him, then respecting it, and also chanting Hare Krishna sincerely. You will see this transformation, 100% guaranteed. Now, one time, I became a legal chaplain for the Monroe High Security Prison. Now, I didn't go to prison for doing something wrong, but I became a priest that was certified to be able to enter the prison and speak to the prisoners. There happened to be a person there who was a devotee, but who had committed some pretty bad crime, and he ended up, I don't know if he was in for life or for 20 or 30 or 40 years, but it's a high security prison. So after I got certified, I went there to see him, and he had been preaching to some other people in the prison. And it was hard getting in. I had to go through like 10 locked doors to get into the prison. Imagine if it's so hard to get in, how hard it is to get out, right? So it's a high security prison. It's in Monroe, Washington. Anyway, I go in there, and now I'm inside the prison, and prisoners are walking around. They're not always in their cells, they're walking around. And they're all looking at me, and then I meet this one person who invited me. And there's a special room where you can go, where the Muslims, the Christians, and Hare Krishnas or Hindus, they share that room for meeting outside priests or chaplains, and being able to pray and discuss. So I went in there, and we had a kirtan, and there were about 5 people there, and that wanted to hear about Krishna. And then after that, I gave a class on Bhagavad Gita, and they were very, very, well, it's what you call a captive audience, right? They're not going anywhere. And then I said, okay, guys, I said, I got some prasadam. And I had my back to them, I was sitting at a table, and I took some prasadam out of out of the bag that I had. And I didn't hear anything, and it felt a little spooky, so I turned around and looked at them, and they were all staring at the prasadam. And they're quiet, they're not saying anything. So I said, is everything all right? And then the person that invited me said, is that prasadam from the deities in your temple? I said, yes. And he looked at the other 4 guys and said, we should bow down. This is the holiest thing. And they bowed down. And I was shocked. I was thinking to myself, wow, I wish I had as much, respect for prasadam as these prisoners do. So, and then they stood up and they just kept staring at it. I said, well, would you like to eat some prasadam? They said, do you mean we can actually eat it? I said, yeah, you can. I brought it for you. So they were overwhelmed. And I served each one in a plate, and they sat down and ate it really slowly. Right? It was like a holy thing for them. Right? Very holy thing. Now, I have never seen someone respect prasadam like that before. And even myself, I don't have the same respect that they had for prasadam. Right? These are prisoners in jail. They're going to stay there for probably 30, 40, 50 years, the rest of their life. And they had such respect for prasadam, and they were definitely reverent in eating it. And they realized that this is a great benediction for them. So, if we can understand how important it is to eat only prasadam, and prasadam is something that's offered to Krishna, prepared for Krishna, offered to Krishna with love and devotion, it can change our whole life. Just that one thing. Now, if you add on top of that, chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then your whole life will change, and you will be, I'll describe what you'll be. It's explained here in this verse. So it says, verse 28, put verse 28 on. The next verse says, Subha Subha Phaler Evam, Moksya Sikarma Bandhanai, Sanyasya Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mam Upaishasi. This verse says, in this way, in other words, by everything you do, everything you offer or give away, everything you eat, and all austerities or yagyas that you perform should be done as an offering to Krishna. Right? That was the previous verse. Now it says, if you do this in this way, you will be freed from the bondage of work. In other words, you're going to be free from karma. Your previous karma and any karma or any actions you perform now, you'll be karma free because you're doing them offering the result to Krishna. You'll be freed from the bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. So there's good karma, bad karma. Both are bad. Because both require that you take birth again to get the results, whether it's bad karma or good karma. So, this activity, following the previous verse, anything you do, anything you eat, anything you offer, or any charity you perform, and any austerities you perform, do it for Krishna, is karma-free. Why? Because you're not doing it for a selfish reason. You're doing it simply to please the Lord. Therefore, with your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. So Krishna is promising here in this verse, 9th chapter 28, that if you offer everything you do, everything you eat, everything you give away in charity, everything you do as a ritual performance or a yajna or a austerity for Krishna, then you become free of all karma and you'll go back to Godhead. And in the purport, Prabhupada says, one who acts in Krishna consciousness under superior direction is called yukta. Yukta means you're connected to Krishna. When you follow the instructions of bona fide gurus or teachers of Krishna consciousness. The technical term is yukta vairagya. You're connected to Krishna through your acts of devotion. That's called the art of work. This is further explained by Rupa Goswami as follows. Anasaktasya Vishaya Yatarham Upayonshitaha Nirbandha Krishna Sambandhe Yukta Vairagyam Uchyate. Rupa Goswami says that as long as we are in this material world, we have to act. We cannot cease acting. Therefore, if actions are performed and the fruits are given to Krishna, then that is called Yukta Vairagya, or renunciation through knowledge, right? Through connection to Krishna, and the fruits are given to Krishna. Actually, situated in renunciation, such activities clear the mirror of the mind, and as the actor gradually makes progress in spiritual realization, he or she becomes completely surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, at the end, he or she becomes liberated, and this liberation is also specified. By this liberation, he does not become one with the Brahmajyoti, but rather enters into the planet of the Supreme Lord. It is clearly mentioned here, Mam Upaishasi. He comes to me, back home, back to Godhead. So, simply by eating only prasadam and regularly chanting Hare Krishna, your return, your connection to Krishna is guaranteed, and your whole life is an act of sacrifice with love for the Lord, and you will save yourself from repeated birth and death. Therefore, Krishna says, Janma karma chame divyam evyam yo veti tattvata tyakvadeham punarjanma naiti mameti sarjana. And anyone who knows the transcendental nature of my activities and my appearances does not, after death, that after death they come back to me. They do not take birth again. So, this knowledge of Krishna, this service of Krishna, this dedication to Krishna is beneficial materially and spiritually, and guarantees that a person will be liberated from the cycle of birth and death in this lifetime. So, these two verses, 9th chapter, 27th verse and 28th verse, explain what's called the art of work. Therefore it says, anyone who has no interest but to dedicate his life to the service of the Lord is actually a sannyasi. In other words, you don't have to have the dress of a sannyasi, but you have the temperament and the consciousness of a sannyasi by learning to dedicate your life to the service of the Lord. How do you do that? You don't have to leave your family. You just establish Krishna's murti in your house. And all the functions of the house you dedicate to the Lord. So the Lord becomes the Thakur of the house. Right now, oftentimes, it's the 96-inch television that's the Thakur of the house. But we should replace the 96-inch television with a nice altar of Krishna, and the whole family together can chant Hare Krishna, offer nice food to Krishna, and read Bhagavad Gita and discuss it. Now, this is nothing new. If you were in America 100 years ago, you would see that in most homes, they would read the Bible before eating. I'm not kidding you. And they would all be sitting down as a family, whether it was at lunch or at dinner. And the father would read the Bible, and then after that they would say a prayer, thanking God. They would usually say the Lord's Prayer, and then they would eat. So it was a normal thing in America, but the culture has changed. There's still some families that do that. And in India, the mother or the grandmother would always prepare the food and offer it to Bhagavan, and then invite all the family members to come and take Mahaprasad of the deity. This was a normal life. There was no television, there was no radio, there was no cell phone. There was Krishna bhajan. say. And because they planned their life in that way, also they would go to the temple every day. They didn't go to the movie house. They didn't watch Netflix. They went to the temple and they saw Ramayana or Mahabharata or a play about Krishna and Vrindavan. And this was their entertainment. The whole thing was based around the temple and around Sanatana Dharma and around Bhagavad Gita and Ramayana. And this is the way people lived. Right? And because they lived like that, they prospered, and today you have over 1 billion Indians in India. How do you have 1 billion people? Because they had a successful culture. And that culture is being seriously undermined now. But this Krishna consciousness movement is not exactly Hinduism. This is for everyone. I'm not a Hindu. I'm a Christian, but I've accepted Bhagavad Gita and Bhakti Yoga as my way of life because Srila Prabhupada, our founder Acharya, did not see things in terms of Christian, Muslim, Hindu, atheist, Buddhist, etc. He had what's called equal vision. Vidya Vinaya Sampani, Brahmani Gavihastani, Sunichaiva Swapakecha, Pandita Samadarshana. He was Samadarshi. He had equal vision. What does that mean? He saw that everyone is carrying Krishna in the heart as Paramatma. And everyone's Jivatma, their soul, has an eternal relationship with Krishna. Regardless of the body. The body can be born in Africa, it can be born in China, it can be born in America, Australia, India, Europe, but everybody has a relationship with God because we're all the children of God. We're the children, or we're the expansions, minute expansions of Krishna. And therefore we have an eternal relationship with Krishna. This is summarized by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who says, Jivera Swarupa Nityera Krishnadas. What is the real Swarupa, or the real nature or constitutional position of the Jiva, the living entity, the soul? It's the eternal servant of God. That is our real identity. Somebody says, no, I'm Punjabi, or I'm Bengali, or I'm Andhra Pradeshi. No. Or I'm American, or I'm Latino, or I'm black, or I'm white. No. We're all originally the servants of God. And that is our real identity. So if we understand that, then, like Srila Prabhupada, he came to America, but he didn't say, I'm only going to preach to Hindus. No, he preached to everybody. And because of that, people like myself became devotees and dedicated our life to this Krishna consciousness movement. This is the real message of Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Sarvadharman parityaja mamekam saranam vraja aham tvam sarvapapebhyo moksisyami ma suchaha. He says, O Arjuna, abandon all varieties of religion, or all kinds of, all varieties of religion, and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions, do not fear. And then he says, Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyajimam namaskuru, mam evaisisi satyante pratijane priyasime. Always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So this is the message of God. He's not saying, first be born a Hindu, then you can come to me. He didn't say that. This is a message for everybody in the world. And also Hindus. Everyone should understand that the original spiritual culture of India was Krishna consciousness. The word Hindu, by the way, is not in Sanskrit. It was coined by the Muslims who came to the Sindh River and couldn't pronounce the S properly. So they said Hind. So everything on the other side of the Sindh River was Hindu. So that name Hindu is not a Sanskrit name. It's not doesn't exist in the Sanskrit language. It was a mispronunciation by the Muslim conquerors of parts of India. But the actual name of the original religion or spirituality of India is called Sanatana Dharma. Sanatana means eternal, and Dharma means every person's duty toward God. So it doesn't matter what country you're born in or what religious affiliation you have. We all have a duty toward God. And that duty is eternal. That is to be the sincere servant of the Lord. Whether you're Mohammedan or Christian or Hindu, doesn't matter. We are all constitutionally the servants of God. Some people realize it, some people don't. So, with these two verses today, 9th chapter, 27th and 28th verse, one can master the art of work by which every action you perform normally in your life, you can dovetail it or connect it to serving Krishna. And that way, everything you do in your normal life becomes spiritualized. It's a very wonderful way to organize your life. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much. Are there any questions anyone would like to ask? And don't forget our rule, no question and no eat. So there has to be one question. So somebody ask a question. Yes. TV? How do you get to the Krishna TV? Well, you got to stop living under a rock and come up to the 21st century. You can go have YouTube on your television. You can connect your television to the internet and have a YouTube channel, and you can watch all the lectures we give here, all the kirtans we have here, all the lectures they have in Mayapur, all the lectures and kirtans they have in Vrindavan temple. Well, we have all tech people here. You can ask one of these techies to help you connect your television to the YouTube, right? And then you'll have 24 hours a day free Krishna consciousness. All right? Any other questions? All right. Well, thank you very much. That was one question. That's enough. And now we'll have our kirtan, our arti.
Jagmana
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Soba. Jana Mana Loba Gorangera Rosi Soma Jada Jana Mana Loba Gorangera Rosi Soma Jada Jana Mana Loba Gorangera Rosi Soma Jagara Madhava Himavati Nikaya Shama Vanegara Advaita Shri Vasajagara Nikat Jayo Jaya Gora Chande Arati Soba. Maharaj Raya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Sanjaya Sanjaya Ganga Baje Baje Karata Ganga Madhurami Ganga Baje Paramarasala Madhurami Ganga Baje Paramarasala Shankar Baje Ganga Baje Madhur 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 Baje Shankar Baje Shankar Baje Shankar Baje Madhur 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 Baje Oh Shankar Baje Shankar Baje Madhur 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 Baje Oh Shankar Baje Shankar Baje Madhur 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 Baje Madhur 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 Baje Madhur 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 Baje Bolo Madhur 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 Baje Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Baba ho Jyoti Chandra Chini Vadana Ujvala. Jyoti Chandra Chini Vadana Ujvala. Bhagavati Vinodare Gurara Sampavada Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paraj Chastatra Shri Shishimaj Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnavini Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Harivilas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Sukho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Vaiti Gadar Shri Vasudhi Gaur Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopinath Sankunda Radha Kunjagiri Godan Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi. All glories to the Summer devotees. All glories to the Summer devotees. All glories to the Summer devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Guranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Namaste Narasimhaya Namaste Narasimhaya Hiranyakasi Purvashaya Shivakamtanamtalaye Hiranyakasi Purvashaya Shivakamtanamtalaye Ito Rishinga Parato Rishinga Yato yato yadi tato Rishinga Yato Rishinga Parato Rishinga Yato yato yadi tato Rishinga Vahi Rishinga Daye Rishinga Narashinha Madin Saranam Prapade Naye Rishinga Daye Rishinga Narashinha Madin Saranam Prapade Tabakara Kamala Bale Naka Adashinyami Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Dhanurena Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jaya Hare Jaya Jaya Hare Jaya Jaya Hare Tavakara Kamala Vane Naka Adashinyami Dalita Hiranya Kashipu Dhanurena Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadeesha Hare Jai Jagadeesha Hare Jai Jagadeesha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadeesha Hare Jai Jagadeesha Hare Jai Jagadeesha Hare Keshavadita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadeesha Hare Jai Jagadeesha Hare Jai Jagadeesha Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Nita Gora Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Hari Bol Nita Gora Nandi Ki Jai Krishnadev Bhagavan Ki Jai Bhakta Prahlad Maharaj Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi. Tonight we would like to thank our sponsors. They are Gauranga Chandra Das and his family on the occasion of Aryan's birthday. There's Aryan right here. Stand up, Aryan. Haribol. How old are you now? 16. Haribol. Your dad has to get you a new BMW now. But get your Model 1 first. You can learn to drive the Model 1 first. Okay, and congratulations, Aryan. Do we have a cake for Aryan? Okay, let's get the cake ready. And also Shakti and Gomati and Vicky have also sponsored the feast tonight. Shakti, Gomati, and Vicky. Now we have some birthdays also. There's a very famous Kirtaniya devotee. His name is Parth Govind Prabhuji. Where is he? Is he here or not? He disappeared. Oh, there he is over there. Come on up here, Parth. And we have Vishaka Mataji. Vishaka. Where is this? Okay, Vishaka Mataji. And also there is Krishna. What's his name? Huh? What's his last name? I forget. Krishna. Huh? No, it's not Krishna Govinda. It's not Krishna Hedge, the other Krishna. No, what is this? No. Another. Parallel, yeah. Krishna. Krishna's birthday. And who else is another birthday also? Everybody's hiding. Okay, so anyway, we have Parth, we have Vishaka, Mata, and we have Aryan. Aryan, come forward. You're in the hot seat. Aryan, come forward. Parth, you're in the hot seat. The electric chair. Come on over. And Mata, just come. Okay, Murli, step back a little bit. Murli is shadowing the cake. It's only to protect it. Okay, so let's light the cake. So we have some upcoming events. Next weekend is Gita Jayanti. The day, December 7th and 8th, when Bhagavad Gita was first spoken by Krishna 5,000 years ago. Of course, he spoke it before that, 2,500 years before to Maharaj Ikshvaku, the first king in the solar dynasty in which Lord Ramachandra appeared, first king in the earth, and before that, when Krishna spoke to Manu, and before that, when he spoke it to Surya, Vivaswan. That was over 120 million years ago. So Bhagavad Gita has a very long history, but the latest was 5,000 years ago, and we're celebrating it on next Saturday and Sunday by having giving everyone an opportunity to buy an entire box of Bhagavad Gitas and distribute them to your friends, family, co-workers, anybody you know, because it's very auspicious to distribute Bhagavad Gita on these days. And one whole box of Bhagavad Gitas, I think 16 of them, costs $100. You can take any number. One box, or two boxes, or five boxes, and distribute them to your friends and family and relatives and anybody. Also, on December 7th from 5 p.m. at the Newport High School, we have the Dance of Mystic Poetry by Dr. Janaki Rangarajan. You don't want to miss that. That's next Saturday night. And then December 27th to 29th, 3 days, here at the Vedic Cultural Center, we have a festival of transcendental music and song, music and chanting, with guest kirtaniyas, guest experts who chant the holy names of Krishna very nicely, and then New Year's Eve party. It's a kirtan party with chant, dance, have a wonderful feast on December 31st, New Year's Eve. And then New Year's Day, we have the Hare Krishna Mahamantra Yajna, where we chant at least 10 million names of the Lord. So you can come and help us do that. It's a lot of fun. It's feasting all day. We have a health festival. A health festival, December 14th here. It's a Saturday the 14th. If you want to get a lot of advice about vegetarianism, veganism, raw food, and we'll have guest speakers, and there'll be a lot of food demonstrations, cooking demonstrations, and seminars on natural healing and health. December 14th at the temple here, starting in the afternoon and going right up till 7 o'clock, till 6 o'clock at night, starting at 2 o'clock and going to 6 o'clock. And December 6th and 9th, we have a guest speaker, Harivilas Prabhu, and he'll be here 6, 7, or 6 and 9 of December. So, we want to thank also Gauranga Chandra Prabhu on the occasion of Aryan's birthday. He's given $501. Thank you very much. And now, for our happy birthdays for Aryan, for Vishaka Mata, and Parth Govinda Prabhuji. Haribol, Haribol. Wait, you give it to him. We have some garlands for you. Here. Okay, you don't get married if you give the garland. Just give the garland, okay? You don't worry about it. Haribol.